writer to deal with those important concepts. For me, it is never a topic. My art is never political. It is never having a particular political bias or a stance at all. In fact, in my own personal life, I am completely devoid of any political involvement.
That is such a relief to hear.
Oh, well,
not a surprise, but a relief, you know.
It's irksome to my wife, for example, because she gets emotionally involved in the times and wonders why I can be stoic. And I said, well, it's a personal decision. My mind is not filled with discussions of Republican, Democrat, and issues that are current. Perhaps that's a shortcoming of mine, but for me, it is not. Doesn't make any sense. It has never made any sense, and I probably never will make any sense. So I do find that for me, that is not part of the art world.
You know, I have to say I might be biased, and I'm sure in some ways, but I think I agree with you completely, and I think that it's the privilege of art to be above those concerns in the first place.
So, yeah.
And of philosophers too. And I found myself thinking as you were relating that I'm sure that there were all kinds of goings on in the time of, you know, Aristotle or Diogenes or Beethoven or Kant or whoever it was, that seemed like they were of such pressing importance that how can you have your head in the clouds thinking about just logic or a symphony or Mona Lisa or whatever, and being totally aloof.
Sure.
And how much of that do we think about today?
Yeah,
but we have their writings, we have the paintings, we have the symphonies, because they weren't so caught up in things that seem terribly urgent but aren't terribly important. And I don't think people parse urgent from important at all.
That's exactly right.
And I think politics has almost by design this mechanism of hijacking this sense of, well, it's like, to me, politics is being reminded that you left your oven on after you've left the house. It's not what you're here to do with your life. And if you think your oven is on, you're going to stop whatever you're doing and go turn that oven off.
Go and check it.
But if that's your entire life, is just going back to check. Right. When do you ever get to settle into, I think, serious thought?
Yeah.
Not just returning the volley that's been sent your way, which is politics, but to sort of get past it and to have something of real enduring meaning that isn't just addressing something totally situational.
And so often people get so caught up in the political realm that they don't see their own life anymore.
That's right.
They
collectivism, right?
Yeah, there's a term for them and a term for the enemy. The enemy is the Democrat, and the Republican is the enemy, and I'm the Democrat. I'm the good guy, and it's reducing life to some way that does not even make any sense.
And who would want to live in that?
Yeah, well, a lot of people get pretty viscerally upset about the political situation at times. So, anyway.
Sure. Well, now I'm going off on a rant, but Alex, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
It's really been such a pleasure.
Marvelous.
And I would love to just do more of these and to be able to look at some of your pieces and to be able to sort of talk through them in real time. But I mean, this is just fantastic.
It was really good, and I just
really
want to close with a joke.
Please. I can think of no better way.
Recently in Vienna, they unearthed Mozart's grave and coffin. And do you know what he was doing? He was decomposing.
Oh my goodness! Oh, you know, I will raise you. So I have one for you. What do you say to motivate a PhD student, no, an undergraduate student who's double majoring in Western philosophy and Asian history?
I have no idea.
Are you? Let me make sure I don't mess this up. Are you a Genghis Khan or an Immanuel Kant?
Nice.
That's
good one.
That's you know, it's a real cringy dad joke to close it out. Alex, thank you again.
Hey, no, it was great. It was really good.
Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Yeah. And I'd say that you're very good at doing this. You should consider, perhaps some kind of serious.
It's a wheelhouse of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good,
Oh,
good.
this is me considering it, getting back into it, because
Oh.
when you can if you do this right, you can get all kinds of.
And I could see you interviewing musicians in particular, because